Alright, let's take a look at the B minor chord now. The first problem that people have with the B minor chord is that thing we were talking about, the bar. You remember that from the technique portion. That's why you wanted to work on it, so hopefully you have. The problem is that a lot of people like to pop their thumb over the top or have their first finger so that there's space in between where it's standing up. Or another thing that happens is the strings get caught in the ridges of your fingers. These are all normal things, but it can be combated by trying to keep your finger nice and straight all the way down. And another thing that will make this chord easier is if you try to keep your first finger parallel to the fret. So instead of making it crooked, make it perfectly even with the fret, and it just makes it easier to push down. So the first thing that I like to do is to have people play just the bar and make sure that comes out first. So you hold the notes down and squeeze them all together, pick through the strings, and try to get all of the notes to come out of there. Another very important thing is going to be your thumb placement. You don't want your thumb too far over. You want it really right in the middle of your hand because that gives you the most leverage. Think about how you pick something up maybe, or you're kind of trying to like crack the guitar neck almost with your thumb and your fingers. So once you have your bar placed, the next thing to do is to look for some people see this right away, some people don't. I think it's a helpful little hint, is that the chord shape is really going to be an A minor chord with these three fingers. So let's get to that, however. So we're coming from our bar, and from the chord grid, you'll see the 6th string is fretted on the 2nd fret with your bar. The 5th string is fretted on the 2nd fret with your bar. Then we're going to be taking our 3rd finger, going to the 4th string, 4th fret. So once again, keep your finger nice and curved. Then, same kind of problem with the A minor. Scoot your 3rd finger back a little bit to allow room for your pinky to get in. And then we add our middle finger to the 2nd string, 3rd fret. And then the 1st string is going to be played in the bar. So this chord, most of the time people look like this when they're trying to play it. That's obviously not going to work because my pinky's flat, all my fingers are leaning over. Another common thing that I see when people play bar chords is their fingers, their knuckles crack backwards like this. That's going to be a bad result. Always keep your fingers bent at the first knuckle, playing through it. Hold it firmly. Once again, reiterating, try to see this as just an A minor chord, but with a bar on it. So I'm going to pick through that chord again, starting from the 6th string. One more time. Back to that leaning finger thing. If your fingers are leaning, you're going to get all those thuds. Okay? So, and then once you get the chord to ring out, strum it. Okay. Last but not least, I just want to reiterate really quickly that you don't want to spend a lot of time dwelling on one particular chord. Play it, pick it through, see how it sounds, and pick all the way through. Don't waste time on one particular note. Pick all the way through. Whoop, there's one. See what happens and fix that problem and then try it again. If it doesn't work out the second time, move on to the next chord and you'll be covering a lot of ground that way. So that's your B minor chord.